Hello, we are live. If you want to plant a tree with me, the forest code is down below. I just realized that my calendar is wildly off. It was still on the 14th of February. 14 days ago. I had to fix that. All right. Hello. It has been a day. It has been a day. Okay. For those of you who weren't with me this morning, hello and welcome. I changed my writing goal for the month from 30,000 words down to 25,000 words, which means I need 3,000 words tonight and I need 3,000 words tomorrow, and I hit 25,000 words. I am currently sitting at 18,813 total words for the month of February, which is not bad at all. Like, let me just preface that. It is not a bad writing month in my eyes or in general. I just had to I just had to reassess and realize that I'm not getting 30,000 words this month. And honestly, the Wordy Writer challenge, Katrina and I put together because not necessarily to hit 30,000 words every month, but to at least build that habit of getting back in the writing swing. And I feel like I've done that this month. I may not have been writing every day, but I've been writing more consistently than I have in a while. So there's that. And Kate is here. Hello. And Jen, yes, I am back. I am back. Let's see. I've got my water. I've got my tea and Earl Grey because y'all know I love a good Earl Grey. And I've got my laptop. This morning I pretty much focused on like life admin stuff that I had to get done. But I didn't want to like cancel the live stream, and since I was still just being productive, I figured why not just do all my life admin stuff during the morning. I can't even speak today. During the morning session, and tonight focus on the writing. Yes, the habit is the most important. Like, if you can't get a good habit going, I feel like you're just kind of setting yourself up for failure, because then you're solely relying on pure circumstance or pure, I don't even know what I'm trying to say. You can't just write when the muse wants you to write. Like, yes, it's nice when the muse is musing, but the muse isn't necessarily always going to be around when, you have a deadline. Did you go to a hockey game? I did. Friday night, me and the husband went to the Chicago Blackhawks hockey game. They lost in overtime, but that's okay. We had a blast. We went with my brother and his fiance, and then his brother and his fiance. So it was kind of like a nice triple date. We were in a suite with his brother and his fiance, while my brother and sister-in-law were in like the section above us. But we had a lot of fun. We went out afterwards, played some darts, stayed out till 2:30, which not a great idea. And then Saturday we went for a wine tasting and an early dinner. It was a good weekend. It was a fun weekend. And it was nice to go out and not have to worry about the kids because my mom had the kids all weekend. So it was really nice. Aw, thank you. I love that I can just like share some of the fun moments with you guys in the Discord. Um, kind of like I would, if you were like in real life friends, like, when I send them like my Snapchat photos. It's really fun and I love it. Um, what are what is everyone's goal for tonight for tonight's stream? Are you guys working on writing stuff? Are you guys reading? Just hanging out? What is the goal? I'd like to get 3,000 words in tonight, but I'll be happy with 1,500 to be perfectly honest. As long as I get some writing done. I do have to finish an application, but I might just push that off till tomorrow. And then I also have to put in a Sam's Club order. So I might get that done. I'd like to write, but I'm trying to work up the motivation. Totally understand this. That's the other struggle bus is trying to get the motivation to actually do what we need to do, right? And Michelle is here. Hi, Michelle. Kate, working on a gap I found that is it 150 to 300. 150 to 300 what? But gotta love when you find plot holes and you're able to fix them. Just got home from work and I've been sleeping terribly this week. I took a nap earlier, but we'll see. Crossing my fingers for you. You're fine to just hang out with us too. Words. Just wanted to make sure. I think I'm hoping Katrina's gonna be on here later tonight. She's probably getting dinner ready right now. Because I know she is on a deadline as well. I as well. I say that as if I'm like on an actual deadline. I gave myself a deadline that I'd like to meet. Making sure there's no dog behind me. Anyone here from the Midwest? Did y'all deal with some of the storms that we had last night? I think there were 2 confirmed tornadoes near me. I think there was one like 30 or 40 minutes north of me and one 30-ish minutes south of me. I haven't looked into what EF they were. The strength. I haven't looked into the strength of them, but there were some pretty gnarly pictures of some hail. Like my pops, he had like hail that was like that big. It's like my eyeball. There we go. About that big. Like it varied in size, but one of the biggest ones was about that big. And he's just literally 10 minutes south of me. It sounded like I got hail last night, but I don't think we did. And if we did, it was just like super, super tiny, like pellets. But the wind was pretty gnarly. And I love how it was 72 yesterday, and today right now it's 20 what? 29 or something. And it felt like 9 degrees earlier. Oh, it was chilly. I have some Publish and Thrive lessons to catch up on. Nice. I'm glad you're loving that program. I can't wait to start it. Sarah Cannon's just the best. Alrighty, last call on if you want to plant a tree with me, because I'm going to start this first sprint in the next minute or two. Man. Jen, she thinks she's the same Kate. I want to do Publish and Thrive. Yes. Yes. I purchased the program back in, I think, either 2020 or 2021. I don't remember. But I know that she's revamping it this year. So all like the videos are new, I think, for this year. And like once you buy it, you have lifetime access to it. So that's why I'm really excited to get to it soon. I just want to wait until I finish a first draft first. I don't want to do it until I'm closer to the actual publishing process of things. I need to get the drafting portion done first. Because if I did it right now, I would probably just use it as a procrastination tactic. Because, we're all fantastic at procrastinating. I know I am. Alrighty. Oh, I see a comment coming in. I've only started watching her in the last 2 years, I think. She really helped me move towards my goals, and her advice and just her whole coolness. Yeah, she is really, really awesome. I love her for our community. I think that if the writing community didn't have Sarah Cannon, a lot of us would be lost. I'm not gonna lie. I think she's just a really awesome human being, number one. Number two, she's so inspirational. Like, she's such an easy person to aspire towards, And I think that's really, really cool that we have her to look up to within our writing community. All right. I am going to go ahead and hit start on the tree. I do see a Michelle coming in. My friends and I made up a song in high school about procrastination. I still sing it to myself every now and then. I love this. This is amazing. Okay. I am hitting the timer now. I will see you guys back in 25 minutes. Happy sprinting. Oh, that is bright. I always forget. Oh, that's the end of the script, by the way. I always forget that things are so not as bright when I'm wearing my blue light filtered glasses. Oh, I'm gonna probably have to take my contacts out soon. Okay, that's Sprint. I found a candle to use. I did my Sam's Club order, and that's by that time I only had 3 minutes left of the sprint, so I didn't bother start writing a new scene. So I was just looking at the SIPSB website, figuring out what I want to order from them. Okay, let's get a new room started. Okay, new room is 542 AJG YSG. 542 AJGYSG. If you want to plant a tree with me, the code is scrolling on the bottom. And the comments. Jen did dinner and 385 words. Yes. That was really good. 221 words on this plot hole was good. Can see it so clear now where this part is going. Very exciting. Yay! I love when we're able to fix plot holes like that. That's awesome. We're going to do this guy. All right. Started a P&T lesson and I'm eating dinner. Nice. What's for dinner, Michelle and Jen? I made raviolis earlier. It is seriously so cold in my house. I don't like it. Oh, so cold. What? I scared Storm. She was laying down and my chair got stuck to the keyboard drawer and she got scared and just left the room. There are also heart breathing sprints throughout the week. They're fun. Nice. Veggie fajitas. Oh, that sounds so good. I haven't had fajitas in forever. Excuse me. Mainly because my kids only eat the taco meat when it's taco night, and my husband doesn't really care for cooked peppers, like bell peppers. So if I make fajitas, it's just for me. Every so often, I'll get a whole bunch of bell peppers and I will slice them up and put them in the fry pan with an onion sliced up and olive oil and salt and pepper. And I'll just cook them down and I'll put them in like omelets for my breakfast. So I guess I kind of have egg fajitas every so often. I should probably start doing that again since it's the Lenten season, huh? Try and be a good Catholic and not eat meat on Fridays. That didn't work out last Friday. I'm like your kids. LOL. Yeah, my kids both love the taco meat. They have to have a little bit of sour cream on it, cheese, and then they like to take their tortilla chips and scoop up the taco meat. So, deconstructed nachos basically is what they eat for Taco Tuesday when I remember to make it on Tuesdays. Um, I will switch up from having actual tacos or a taco salad. That's what I usually do for taco night. But if I make the salad, it has to have like the Catalina dressing. If I don't have Catalina dressing, then I don't want the taco salad and I just make regular tacos. I'm very particular. No, I'm really not though. Um I think it's finally time for me to write. I think this next sprint I'm actually going to be writing the words. Taco salad sounds really good. It really does sound really good. I'm gonna have to make tacos soon. Maybe I'll make some this weekend. I also make like enough to feed an army because my family loves to tacos are like taco meat is one of the few things that both the kids and my husband don't mind having leftovers for. Usually my husband is not a big leftover fan. He doesn't like things reheated. He's really weird. But taco meat is like one of the few things that he doesn't mind. And so I usually do like 4 pounds of taco meat and it'll be enough for that night and then like 2 other meals throughout the week. And I'll do like crunch wraps, we'll do nachos, we'll do quesadillas. But yeah, taco salad does sound really good, doesn't it? Ugh. I'm seriously so cold. My husband is a human garbage disposal. He'll eat anything I give him except coconut. I'm so jealous. Um, I have picky kids and I have a picky husband. I will say my husband has gotten better at trying things ever since we had kids, and he can see how frustrating it is having picky eaters. Um, but I'm pretty much the human garbage disposal in the house because I will literally try almost anything and I will eat the leftovers. um, my son kind of used to be the human garbage disposal. Now he's just picky. But like 2 years ago, he wasn't picky at all, and he would like, if Amelia didn't finish her food, he's like, "I'm gonna have Amelia's," and he'll, like, finish hers. And he used to, like, try anything and everything, and now I can't get him to eat very much at all. Like, I made ravioli today, and he literally licked it and said, "Ew, this is gross." It's so frustrating. So frustrating. Mm. Leftovers for dinner tonight, but they are good. My daughter made supper lasagna soup, really yummy. Ooh, oh, that sounds so good. I've actually made lasagna in a crock pot before. Um, it was actually one of the things I found a recipe for when I was in college and I was making dinner for my husband, but we were just dating at the time. And I made it, and he said, "You need to make this for me all the time." And so I still make it every so often, but when we were dating, I would make it, like, every couple of weeks for him because it was, like, his favorite. Yeah, my son hates ravioli. Why? Like, why are kids like this? It's just noodles with cheese in the middle. At least the ones that I got. Different Kate, she's not a mama. Okay. I think in my son's case, his pickiness is texture-based and also how the food looks. Yeah, I've heard a lot of kids are picky because of the texture, but it's so frustrating. So frustrating. Like, I hate like, I understand not liking something. I really do. But what I don't understand is licking something and saying you don't like it. When you don't take a bite and you don't chew, like, you don't give it a good you don't give it a good attempt of trying things, you know? Good to know. I'm gonna say last call on the tree if you want to plant with me, because we're gonna start the next sprint in the next minute or two. My daughter is anti-sugar and dairy. Good times. She barely eats meat. What does she? Because I feel like if you don't have sugar or dairy, you kind of have to have somewhat of a more carnivore-like diet, right? No sugar, no dairy. I can't even think right now. Um, my husband doesn't eat too much dairy just because he's slightly lactose intolerant with with some dairy. It's not like all dairy. It's just some dairy. Like milk and sour cream are no good for him. But he does fine with yogurt because I put yogurt in the fruit smoothies that I make all the time, and he's usually fine with that. But I know the older you get, the, the more common it is to have dairy issues, which sucks. Um, and it's probably a good idea to have a lower sugar intake, right? You would think. She actually had a burger for dinner and she eats sausage for breakfast and stuff. She's a grazer unless she's cooking for the boyfriend. I can understand the grazer stuff. My kids love grazing. I've thought about putting together one of those um trays, like a veggie tray, you know how that they have like all the different sections, and putting a whole bunch of different snacky stuff in there and just being like, here's your snack tray for the day. Once this is gone, it's gone for the day. But I would, put stuff that I think they need to start eating, and I just feel like it would go to waste. But one of these days I think I'm just going to try it and see if they eat it. I think she cut that out to keep her skin clear. Nice. I am mildly diabetic, so yes, I watch it. is, you have to watch, like, the carbs though too with, uh, diabetes, because that creates more glucose, right? I just remember I had to watch the carbs when I was gestational diabetic with my son, and my cousin has she just got diagnosed with diabetes, I think, like, last year, and she's on a low carb diet. So, I am super close to being completely done with the 100. For those of you that I was talking about it, on Sunday, I am on the last season. We have, let's see, I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.5 episodes left of the 100. I cannot believe how much I have watched of the 100 this month. It's insane. I Why is it so bingeable? Um, that's why I cut out dairy years ago. It gave me cystic acne. It was bad, but until I gave up dairy. Ugh, that sucks. Yeah, I'm not as bad as I used to be, so I'm not super strict. I just eat low carb stuff for the most part. Awesome. I'm still working through season 2. I do need some sugar in me or else I feel off. Yeah, because that's one of um I don't know what I was gonna go with say with that, but I totally understand this. Raven, I do love Raven. I haven't decided who my favorite is yet. Like, obviously, I like Clark because, she's the main character and she has her problematic times, but I think overall, I think she tries to do the best that she possibly can for her people. Um, and I think she's just at times she's really kick ass. And then there's Octavia, and I love Octavia. There is part of, I think it was season 5 where I wasn't so sure about Octavia. Or was that season 6? I think it was season 5. Um, and I was like, Octavia, what are you doing? But I think she's on her redemption arc, or she's been in her redemption arc, and I'm really excited to see how her story unfolds. And I like Bellamy. He's not my favorite, but I do like him. I like that Bellamy and Clark, I think, are together in real life, and I think they have kids. Um, Honestly, I think my favorite character was from season 3, um, Lexa. Lexa's my favorite. Yeah, Lexa's my favorite. She's 19, so you know how your skin can be at that age, and she's trying a lot of stuff. Yeah, maybe it is the dairy. We are all low carb in this house, so it works well. Yeah, we are not low carb in this house. We need to be though. Yeah, I wasn't acne prone, never broke out unless I consumed dairy, then I'd get really bad flare-ups. That really sucks. I'm sorry you had to deal with that. I love Lexa. Yeah, Lexa is just I love her. Love her. Hers isn't awful, not cystic or anything, but she's self-conscious about it. I think most of us girls are. Alrighty. Why don't we Hi, Nikki. Welcome. Why don't we get this sprint started so I can feel like I'm being somewhat productive? Well, I'm starting to hit a wall, guys. My husband asked me why I was starting at 7:30 instead of 8, and he said, "'Cause I will wait. I will wait until I see you in the forest room." Um, ever since I started taking all my vitamins, I have been getting sleepier, like, earlier in the day. And, yeah, I don't remember what I was saying. Sorry. Everyone's saying hi to Nikki. She also has a mom with low self-esteem, so why am I surprised? I feel like a lot of us have low esteem as well, or we're also just, like, self-deprecating of ourselves. Anyone else like that? 'Cause I know I am. Awesome. What did you just start? Mm-mm. Alrighty. My tea's already, like, almost cold. Alright, I am starting the tree now. Once it takes. There we go. And now sprinting. Okay, I will see you guys back in 25 minutes. Happy sprinting. Where did that sprint go? I feel like I got nothing done in that sprint. I wrote 95 whole words. Got distracted on what foods are the most prevalent within the United States. Like the South has the barbecue, the East has like sandwiches and seafood. California is its own, it's what, like vegan kind of stuff, isn't it? What's very well known for, not necessarily California, but the West? And then I was trying to figure out, I don't know why. Okay, I don't really need to have it in this scene. I could have just taken it out. Okay, sorry. Let me start a new tree. Okay, new code for nope, not that. Planting a tree with me is 5FJTGXASG. 5FJTGXASG. It is scrolling on the bottom if you want to plant a tree with me. We're going to do this guy. Also, if everyone wants to send Nikki some good vibes, prayers, well wishes, whatever it is you do, she's having a hard time with her grandma. Yeah, I don't know why that sprint seemed to just like feel like we just started the sprint. But I guess we didn't, because I attempted to take the dog outside. She didn't even bother to go out to the backyard. We went outside and she's like, nope, I'm not doing this. Came back in because the wind is super windy and it's super cold and she wants nothing to do with it. Yet she was barking at me for like half the sprint because she needs to go potty, but she refuses to go outside. So it felt like it flew by, but I guess maybe it didn't. I got some mind mapping done for my Beauty and the Beast retelling. Yay! I got 471, but I am stuck on this scene. Oh, I hate when that happens. But that's an awesome word count. I need to make it to 2K words in the chapter, and I'm so far away. How many words do you have in the chapter so far? Is it Mexican food? Why was I thinking like shrimp tacos? I mean, I guess that's Mexican too, but the Midwest is more like comfort kind of foods. Like, we are big on cheeseburgers, pizza, cheese curds. I personally love a good fried pickle, tater tots, mashed potatoes. All stuff that's not really good for you. Or stuff that is filled with butter, cheese, cream. We are a mixed bag. I also love the fact that Chicago is known for the Chicago deep dish style pizza, yet most of us in the Chicagoland area do not eat deep dish pizza. Every so often we'll order a stuffed pizza, but we like the thin crust. Like, the majority of us like thin crust. The difference between us and New York is we cut it into squares, and they have the big triangle where you, like, fold it. I also am very biased when it comes to pizza, though, because I do think that Chicago has some of the best pizza in general. And not gonna lie, I'm not a fan of pizza when we go outside of the state. I'm just throwing in some drama to shake things up. She's about to interview with a job for a guy from a very casual night a few weeks back, and they don't know it is with each other. Ooh, I love that. That's the hook at the end of the chapter, but I have to write a few hundred words before that. So she's about to interview with a job for a guy. So she hasn't gone to the interview yet. What can happen before this interview and before she finds out that it's with hmm. Haha, oh my god, that's gonna be epic. I do love it when that happens. That's why Little Caesars cuts it in squares. They're copying. Is it? Is it cut into squares? I'm trying to remember the last time we had Little Caesars. I honestly don't remember. However, I I think the majority of pizza places, at least within the Chicagoland area, we cut our pizza in squares. So there's like 4 really amazing triangle pieces that are like little tiny triangles, and then the rest are squares and rectangles. Um, and it's doused with cheese and whatever other toppings you want. Honestly, I love Chicagoland pizza. But does one remember the other when they finally see each other again? The interview was set up for them, unrealistic, but it's a book, right? Yes. I don't know if you butchered it or if I just was just reading it wrong. It could have been me, I promise. Nikki said it makes sense to her though. Um Also, you know what I've been obsessed with lately is watching YouTubers watching Pride and Prejudice for the first time and watching their like movie reactions to it. It's been such a joy for me of watching these movie reactions of people watching Pride and Prejudice, the 2005 Keira Knightley and Matthew McFadyen version for the first time because it's one of my favorite movies. I'm pretty sure I've watched like close to 10 of them. I have one on the background right now while I'm writing. Nikki says maybe the person who set this up remembers, but they don't. Michelle, isn't that the point of books, though, for the reader to escape from real life? I mean, that's why I read books. I don't read books for any other reason other than for enjoyment, fun, and escaping the reality of what we live in. Nobody knows at this point, but they sure will. Maybe the girl sees the guy's name and it sparks something, but she can't something it does. She knows his name, but it's common and nothing to worry about. I have a scene that is very similar to this where like the guy's last name is Miller, and I feel like while there aren't too many people with the last name Miller, it's still common enough to where if you see, like, Mr. Miller, you're not gonna think that it's, you know, someone you knew, right? Kinda it's like along the line along the same lines of, like, Smith or Johnson. Maybe when she sees him, she remembers, but it takes him a while to remember. They're both going to be in shock. She goes to him the morning after. Love that. They have relationship trauma and issues, blah, blah, blah. It's super slow burn and I like it. It's different. Is this one of the first slow burn ones that you have been writing? I don't I don't know if I can do slow burn, like write it. I don't mind reading slow burn. I just from when I've been writing, I feel like I want to get into the romance faster than a slow burn would. Mm, mm, mm. Are you huffing and puffing at me? Storm's lucky she's cute. Let's see. How long have we been on a break? Why is my computer so bright? Oh, oh, sorry. I don't mean to yawn. I promise. All right, we've had about a 10-minute break. I'm going to say last call on planting a tree with me because we're going to start the next sprint in about a minute. I haven't written pure smut in a while. I am told I'm really good at the tension thing, though. This is slow burn because it's very emo. God, I love the term emo. Brings me back to high school. Um, I don't know how well I am writing actual spicy scenes. But like I like getting to the kisses. Like I like them kissing really fast on when I'm like writing. So I don't know how I would be writing a slow burn. I was thrilled when the client asked me to go more emo in this book, and now I am totally blanked. I gotta love that. There's another YouTuber, BC Brown Books. Her pet is named Storm too. Oh, that's awesome. I haven't seen that as a common pet name, but I love that. My daughter actually went to when she was in preschool, she had a friend whose name was Storm. And then I think it was like a year later, we ended up getting our Storm, and she's like, "Oh, it's like my friend's name." And I'm like, "Well, she responds to it. We're keeping it. I like it." It's the third in a series. Michelle loves writing spicy scenes. They're so much fun to write. Maybe you should talk to Katrina because she hates writing spicy scenes. It's her least favorite thing to do. I don't know how well I am with spicy scenes because I don't think I've written, like, I don't think in any of my drafts I've gotten to the point where it is a spicy scene, like spicy scene. The most I've gotten is like on the, nope, that's a lie. That is a lie. My very first 30K draft of Project Catalina, there's a couple of spicy things that happen. They were pretty fun to write, but they were more difficult for me to write. Like, it took me longer to write them. because I was, like, trying to figure out, like, what would the movements be, and how can I describe this, and it was definitely more of a challenge than to write just, like, a regular scene. I think I had a dog named Stormy. I'm old, and it's hard to remember, LOL. I like the spicy and emotional and emotion combo. Yeah, yeah, I like it. I like it too. Alrighty, we are starting the tree now, and I will see you guys back in 25 minutes. Happy sprinting. And that is that sprint. Sorry. Um, I got no writing done. I was going through my Notion and having fun watching someone watch Pride and Prejudice for the first time. Not gonna lie, I kind of just want to watch Pride and Prejudice or Austen Land right now. I cannot seem to focus on the writing at all. I'm gonna have to change it to 20,000 words for the month because I don't think I'm gonna get much writing done today. Let me put together a new room for Forest. That way we can plant a tree and then we'll get to the comments. 4MKNYJYSG. 4MKNYJYSG. Perfect. If you want to plant a tree with me, the code is scrolling at the bottom there. And we are going to do, I'm going to do the golden trumpet. I think that's what that one is called. But yeah, I literally just want to put on either a period piece, so like Pride and Prejudice, or watch Austen Land. Has anyone watched Austen Land? It is one of my favorite rom-coms. Let's see. Michelle, the current book I'm writing is a little more slow burn than I usually write. And are you liking writing the slow burn, or is it difficult for you? 555, and I'm getting to the critical point finally. Yay! I love that. And that's a great word count. Yes, great job, Jen. I don't know why I can't focus today. It's just like, I don't know what's going on. It's just one of those days where I just want to lay down, relax, and watch movies. I see you. Speaking of watching things, I did put together the watch along portion in the Discord. And I did put in a channel for Once Upon a Time so that we can finally get Katrina to watch Once Upon a Time. And then in the read alongs right now, I have the Bridgerton series. Hannah is currently reading book number 3. I will probably start book number 3 this weekend. I just want to finish the current book that I'm reading, which is a Lorraine Heath, but I cannot remember the name of it. So those are in the Discord. Jen, she had to see the ex that destroyed her across the street to make it that much better. Nice. Everyone needs to watch Outer Banks. It's on Netflix. Yes, I think it's on my list to watch, to be perfectly honest, but I don't know what it's about. It was giving me the OC vibes though, which I think is why I put it on my watch list. Yes, I am liking writing the slower burn. It's a nice break to write something a bit more emotional and more character driven. Nice. I love that. Let's see. Is Austin Land still on Max? Okay, let's see. Oh, first, let me change this to 20,000 words because I don't think I'm going to make 25,000 words in the month of February because I don't think it's happening. I don't see myself writing 3,000 words in the next hour. Max. It's a decent show. Are we talking about Outer Banks? I do have it on my watch list. Yes, Austin Land is still on Max. I watched it a few weeks ago. I also watched The Prince and Me for the first time in probably 12 years, if not more. And I still really enjoyed it. However, I found that I forgot that it took place in Wisconsin and it takes place during like a school year. And it was, they went home or they went to her home in Wisconsin during Thanksgiving, and everyone's wearing like t-shirts and maybe a long sleeve shirt, and they're going to like an outdoor fest and everything. And I'm just like, where are the winter jackets? Because 95% of the time in the Midwest, you are wearing winter clothes in November because it usually starts getting cold in October. Granted, the past couple of years, October has been mildly warm, but usually by November, we are wearing not full winter gear, but definitely jackets and pants and um, hats and whatnot. And it looked like a beautiful fall day instead. And I'm like, this isn't realistic. There was no snow at any point within the story, even though you're going through like a school year in Wisconsin. And I felt like it was just very unrealistic. And it showed that they definitely didn't like film in Wisconsin during the almost winter season, you know? I only saw that because I see The Prince and Me is also still on Max. Outer Banks. It's about Pogues. Am I saying that's it correctly? And Kook in Outer Bank, North Carolina. The Pogues are the adventurous ones, and the Kooks are the rich, snobby kids. The Pogues go in search for gold. Why did I think it like gave the OC vibes? Probably just because I saw the ocean and surfing at times. I'll have to check it out soon. Um, Wonka is coming soon on Max. Can you tell me when? I'm actually kind of really excited to see it. I was hesitant about it because I thought that they were just like doing a like another remake of Willy Wonka, and I'm like, okay, well, we have the original and then we've got the Johnny Depp one, and I'm like, do we really need another remake of Wonka? But I guess this takes I guess it's more like a prequel, and I'm actually kind of really excited for it. Anyways, I'm closing out of Max. I have about okay. This girl Sarah, who is born a kook, ends up being a pogue. No, we don't. I hate that movie. You hate Willy Wonka? It happens. We can't not everyone can like everything, right? I thought the same thing too until I learned it was a prequel. Yeah, like, when I first saw that Wonka was coming out, I'm like, "Why do we need another Wonka?" And then when I actually watched the trailer, I was like, "Oh, it's a prequel." Also, um, as much as I like Gene Wilder, I kind of really, really like the Johnny Depp version of Willy Wonka, only because it's Johnny Depp and Tim Burton. Um, Wonka's, like, not my favorite thing, but I do really, really like the Oompa Loompas. And there's a I don't know if there still is, but, back when we used to go to the casino a little bit more often than we do now, there was a couple different Willy Wonka slot machines, and those were always my favorite to play because the Oompa Loompas would come out randomly and they would just start singing their Oompa Loompa song. Oompa Loompa doopity doo. Yeah, I'm really loopy today. Johnny Depp plays a really good weird character. Johnny Depp is a fantastic actor in general, and he, when he's in, like, interviews or anything, he can, like, enter into a character's persona like that, um, and it's quite fascinating. I am a big Johnny Depp fan, always have been, but he can act, that's for sure. I love Willy Wonka, brings me back to my childhood when I binge read all of the I can never say his name, Roald Dahl books. Is that how you say it? Or do you just or is the L silent? Ro Roald Roald Dahl books. I don't think I ever read any of his books, to be perfectly honest. Um, he wrote Matilda though, right? I feel like I that was what he wrote, or one of them at least. Um, and he wrote the BFG. Um, didn't he write James and the Giant Peach too? I just saw your comment. Matilda, James and the Giant Peach. Okay. Um, Johnny is fantastic. For sure. For sure. Yes, the movie Chocolat. Oh my gosh. Yes, I love that movie. Um, I'm pretty sure I've seen the majority of his movies, with the exception of a few. Um, but Crybaby is great. It's different. And it's different, but I like Crybaby. Obviously, I enjoy the Pirates movies. Um, he was in Fear and Loathing of Las Vegas. I think that's the name of it. Um, what else was he in? I am blanking on his movies right now, but I have seen almost all of them. I love him. The Twits. Never read it or heard of it. I don't know what this is. Rue? OMG. Am I missing something? I think I have 2 more sprints in me. Whether or not I'm gonna be able to write is a totally undetermined it's undetermined on if I'm gonna be able to actually write anything today. I think I have a total of, what, 95 words today? Let's go back to this. Yeah, I've written 95. Oh, yeah, I forgot his name. It's been I don't think I've watched Chocolat since maybe 2010 is the last time I watched it. It's been a long time. Sleepy Hollow, I totally forgot about Sleepy Hollow. That was one of my favorite movies. Oh my gosh, him and, Christina Ricci. I never saw Rango, and I've only seen parts of Sweeney Todd. Sweeney Todd, I was a little nervous to watch, but I own it because I love musicals. But I know that he's like a cannibalistic something. Barber or something. Oh, and Edward Scissorhands he was in. Totally forgot about that. That's a great movie. Um, yeah, he's great. I love him so much. Um, anyways, yeah, I think I have 2 more sprints in me. For sure 1. I'm super, super loopy today. No, 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 LOL, I couldn't watch Sleepy Hollow. Too scary. Um, I loved Sleepy Hollow. Um, I don't remember what I was gonna say. Last call on the tree, if you wanna plant a tree with me. Because we're gonna start that in a minute. Oh my gosh. I keep yawning. Now I have to look up some of his movies because I know I'm missing some movies. Johnny Depp movies. Oh, I forgot he played that one character in the Fantastic Beasts. I haven't seen those though. Um Oh, and he's in the movie Murder on the Orient Express, which I haven't seen yet, but I have I have it. We almost watched it this past weekend, but we didn't. Oh, how am I forgetting the Alice in Wonderland Tim Burton versions? Though, yes, I was just Alice Through the Looking Glass, which is the second one, and then Alice in Wonderland. He was perfection in that movie. I actually prefer the Burton versions over the original Disney animated. Sorry, not sorry, but the Tim Burton Alice in Wonderlands are so good. So good. I tried watching Sleepy Hollow with my best friend, but couldn't do it. I get it. It's, uh it's definitely thrilling. He played a great Mad Hatter. He really, really did. Um, haven't watched Mordecai. I have not seen Dark Shadows, but that seems like it's something that I would like. I didn't know he was Into the Woods. I haven't seen that musical yet. Oh, Public Enemies. He was great in Public Enemies. That's the one that is actually Public Enemies it takes place in Chicago, I believe. Um, I'm almost positive. Let me double check that. Yeah, because he plays John Dillinger. Um, and it takes place in the Chicagoland area and in Indiana. They were part of like the mob. And this is hilarious that this is coming up again, but I think Babyface Nelson shows up in that. And I think it was over the weekend when I was live streaming that I was saying how one of my ex-boyfriends is a distant relative of Babyface Nelson. That's hilarious that that was brought up again. Um yeah. Okay. Anyways, because Tim Burton is amazing and with Danny Elfman composing, magic. This is so true. So true. I I love Tim Burton movies and Danny Elfman is just fantastic. Like absolutely fantastic. And you know what I recently found out um was that in the Nightmare Before Christmas, do you know who voice acts one of the characters is Catherine O'Hara? Literally just found this out when I think it was probably during a mindless scroll on TikTok, but she was performing on stage with Danny Elfman and someone else, and it was um the Sandy Claus song. And I had to look it up and sure enough, she voice acted one of those kids from the Sandy Claus Kidnap the Sandy Claus song. And I was amazed because it wasn't until, I was 33 years old that I realized that Catherine O'Hara was in that, and she was um and that it wasn't like her only Tim Burton movie. Wasn't she in Beetlejuice? Right? Yeah, she was in Beetlejuice. Um she's going to be in the new Beetlejuice. Yes. I am so excited for this the Beetlejuice that's coming out this year. Oh my gosh. Oh, I'm so excited. She was in Elemental. Who'd she voice act? Huh. Interesting. Okay. Um we need to get this sprint going. I'm getting nothing done today. This is ridiculous. Beetlejuice is one of my faves. I love Beetlejuice so much. I think I've said it 60 million times. I hope he doesn't come and visit me. All right, I'm hitting start on this tree, and we are getting something done, hopefully. I'll see you guys back in 25 minutes. Happy sprinting. And that was that sprint. How did we do? I'm not gonna lie, I think I'm gonna do just a 15-minute sprint because I did tell you guys 2 more sprints, but, I can't concentrate on anything. I'm not gonna lie. So, let's go ahead and start or get a new what are you doing? A new room started. If you want to plant a tree with me, the code is 4F6E5CMSG. 4F6E5CMSG. That is scrolling at the bottom right now, and we'll do the carnations. Yeah, I can't focus on anything right now. I'm watching YouTube videos. I'm playing around with my Notion and petting the puppy. Which you guys are all saying hi to. I love it. Yeah, secret window. I can't believe I forgot to mention that earlier when we were talking about Johnny. It's one I need to watch again. It's been so long, I don't remember much. I recently watched it, I think 2 years ago, for the first time in like probably close to a decade. Yeah, because it came out in like 09 or something, right? Or I'm just confusing everything that was like 10 years ago. And it wasn't really 10 years ago. I really, really like Secret Window. I don't think Nikki will like it. It's a Stephen King adaptation, and it has thriller-esque stuff. Oh, 4? Okay, so then yeah. I watched it when it first came out because I've always been a big Johnny fan. Oh, 4. I would have been 14. Did it really come out in 04? I feel like I don't see myself watching it when I was 14. Secret Window. Maybe? Yeah? 04? Because I definitely watched it very recently after it got released. So maybe I watched it when I was 16. I don't know. But I really, really like that one. I like rewatching it because it's about a writer, you know? Love a good thriller, and Stephen King is king. Yeah. Stephen King is, yeah, he lives up to his name for sure. I haven't actually read any of his books. I'm like terrified of reading his books. Reading his books. I do have Carrie, Dr. Sleep. I do have the 4 Past Midnight, which has the Secret Window novella inside of it. Insomnia and Dream Catcher are the books that I have of his. But I'm terrified of reading his stuff because of how long they are. I like big books, but I'm also terrified. I don't know why. Plus, I'm not like the biggest horror fan. I like thrillers, but horror, I just, I don't know. You are not old. You are not old. You're not old. Um, I was 14. So you're only 10 years older than me. That's not old. If you're old, then I'm old. The Stand was so long, I didn't finish reading it, but that was back in high school. Yeah, so if I do a Stephen King, I definitely have to listen to the audiobook with it because I feel like I would get distracted very easily when it comes to long books, and having the audiobook while reading it, I feel like would be the only way to do it. Um, The Stand, I believe my sister-in-law just recently read it. She's a huge Stephen King fan. She's trying to collect all of his books, and I think she recently read it and then watched the show, right? Because there was a show, The Stand. And I think she said she liked it, but it takes her a while to get through his books because one, she's just not a fast reader, and two, she's just like trying to get back into reading and into like a habit of reading. So she'll read like for a half hour every night before bed type of thing. Um and so she hates how long his books are, but she loves him so much. And I'm like, "Why don't you just listen to the audio while you're reading it?" And she's like, I don't think I would be able to concentrate." And I'm like, "Oh, well, that's the opposite for me." No, seriously, you're only 10 years older than me. I don't think that's old. I don't think that's old at all. I mean, you have to remember, I love Johnny Depp, who, could be my father, like age-wise. So, yeah, no. Plus some of some of my favorite people are in their 40s. Like, look at Ryan Reynolds. He's he's perfection, and he's in his 40s. Jensen Ackles, he's in his 40s. The 40s are the new 30s. I say that as everyone tells me the 30s are the new 20s, and I do not feel like that is the case. I agree, audio would make it a bit easier to get through. Yeah, audio makes it more immersive. Exactly. Like when people tell me that they can't listen to the audio and read along with the audio, I'm like, how? Like you just get immersed just so much more into the story. I love reading that way. I almost cannot read without that way now, because I love it so much. Like it's hard for me to like obviously I can still read a book without listening to the audio, but I just like listening to the audio alongside reading so much better. I don't know, I'm weird, but it just it makes you more immersed in the world, at least for me. Maybe maybe that's the difference between neurodivergent and neurotypical people. Maybe. I don't know. Don't ask me. Let me pop up the Google timer because I promised you guys one more sprint. No, not google.com. The timer. I just want the timer. But I don't think I'm going to be able to make a full 25-minute sprint. So, we're gonna do that. It's like reading subtitles in a movie. You forget you're reading them. This one actually does not. Like the past this week I've been having the subtitles on, but only because I forgot to take them off after I was watching Love Island All Stars. I need the subtitles on for when I'm watching the UK version of Love Island because some of their accents are so thick. I have no idea what they're saying, Plus, the slang across the pond is so completely different that I need to have the subtitles on to make sure that I'm hearing things correctly. Otherwise, I don't usually like having the subtitles on when I'm watching things because I feel like I'm constantly just reading the words instead of paying attention to the movie. Sometimes I can get immersed and just pay attention to the screen rather than the words that are on the screen, but most of the time I end up just reading everything, and then I miss something that happened. Even though I'm looking at the screen, I'm reading the words. So subtitles when watching things aren't always my favorite. Um, like 92% of the time, they are not my favorite. So I'm I'm the opposite for 92% of this. But give me an audio while reading the book any day of the week. Oh, man. I gotta take these contacts out. I see what you're saying. It can be hit or miss sometimes. Yeah. Like, I like having them on when my kids are around and they are being obnoxious and they won't be quiet. That's when I like having subtitles on, or when I'm watching something that has very thick accents and I need just a little bit of help with what they are saying. Um, Other than that, I usually just like to have them off. I will say I put them on during one of the episodes of the 100 like 2 days ago and completely forgot to take them off and have been lazy and still haven't taken them off. So I've just been dealing with the subtitles on my Netflix stuff, but that'll change. And that was only because Raven said something, but she like mumbled it and I had no idea what she said. At least I think it was Raven. It might have been Clark. I don't know. One of the girls. And so I rewound it, put on the subtitles, and then just never took the subtitles off because I was lazy and I was already cuddled underneath my blanket. um, Last call for planting a tree with me because we're gonna do this quick wind down 15-minute sprint before we call it a night, which I'm sure I'm not gonna get any writing done for. Um, I just can't concentrate tonight, guys. I'm so sorry. But I'm here for you guys to be productive for yourselves. I'm probably just going to continue watching this YouTube video of someone watching Pride and Prejudice for the first time because I love it. And I love watching their reactions when my favorite parts happen. I have issues. Um yeah. Alrighty. I see a comment coming in. It's all good. I'm working on my second lesson for the night. See, you're being productive. I wish I could be productive tonight. I just can't seem to focus. It's just one of those nights. One of those nights where the ADHD is not letting me get anything done. All right. I am starting the tree. Productive, but slowly. At least it's being productive. Alrighty, I will see you guys back in 15 minutes. Enjoy the new Google timer. I don't think it's as loud as it was before they did whatever this update is. I'll see you guys back in 15 minutes. Happy sprinting. Yeah, it's not as annoying of a sound, the new, Google timer. Oh my gosh, I gotta take these contacts out. I literally just watched the YouTube video. I love watching people for the first time watch Pride and Prejudice. I don't know why, but, oh, I just love it so much. Love it. I feel you on that, Stephanie. I can't think either. I'm doing my night stuff. Yeah, I just I can't focus or concentrate tonight. Tonight is just not the night. You look so cozy. Ow, thanks. I love blankets, and even though there's one hanging on the chair behind me, um, I couldn't be bothered. I grabbed a different one. Um, I hope you guys did better on that sprint than I did. All I did was watch part of the YouTube video. Um, let's see. Sunday. Let me pull up my calendar real quick. Sunday, I am going to do a live stream. I don't think I am gonna be all day. I have it set for just my normal evening sprint. I don't know which Sunday I will be doing an all-day thing. Maybe the 24th, cause the 10th, I have one of my best friend's baby showers. The 17th is St. Patty's Day, which, I mean, I don't have anything going on other than making corned beef and cabbage and potatoes. 31st is a no because it's Easter. So, either the 17th or the 24th will probably be the all-day write-a-thon day for the month of March. This upcoming Sunday, it will be just my normal evening Sunday night live stream. Same, we have 1,000 blankets in this house. Yeah, we have 1,000 blankets and my husband hates it. He's like, "Why do you need so many blankets?" I'm like, "Because I like being cozy." And my kids steal all my blankets. I'm pretty sure they have 15 of my blankets in their playroom right now. In fact, this one was in there a week ago. I took it out and I washed it. My kids steal my blankets. Oh my god, I love watching reactions to shows I love. It sparks so much joy. It does. There there are quite a few. Oh my god, my contacts are just, it feels so dry. There are a whole bunch of reactions of people watching the 2005 Pride and Prejudice all over YouTube, and I kid you not, I'm probably on my, like, 8th YouTube video of people experiencing this movie for the first time, and whenever it gets to, like, one of the cute little parts that I love so much and I see them all, like, giggle and squeal, it's just it makes me fall in love with the movie even more. Yeah. I this is a recent, this is a recent what is the word? I've only recently started watching these type of videos where people enjoy or watch something for the first time. I wonder if there's anyone watching Austenland for the first time because that movie is hilarious. If any of you guys have not watched Austenland, you need to rectify that because it is so great. It is so funny. Jane Seymour is in it, and so is, oh my god, what's her face? Why am I blanking on her name? Um, she's in Legally Blonde. She's my god. You look like the 4th of July. Makes me want a hot dog real bad. Oh my god, why can't I think of her name? Jennifer Coolidge. There we go. Got it. Yep, there it is. Jennifer Coolidge. Um, she's in it and she's just fucking hilarious. So funny. I know Reese. No, I was looking for Jennifer Coolidge. Oh my god, my son steals blankets too. Why? Like, why do these kids take our things? Oh my gosh. Um, yeah, but it's not just like the blankets. It's like whenever you get a new blanket. Like my brother-in-law knows how much I love blankets, so he's probably gifted me 3 or 4 blankets in the past almost 12 years that I've been with Joe. And every single time I get a new blanket, I get to use it once, and then one of my kids steals it for a while. Every time. I have one that has, like, a whole bunch of books on it and, like, cat sleeping on a book and some, like, bookish quotes, and it's, like, really nice and fluffy and soft. My daughter hijacked it, and then my son hijacked it. And then he got me a Hocus Pocus one. Literally, I got it for a week, and it was gone. In fact, it is currently on my son's bed because he refuses to use his quilt because he wants to use the Hocus Pocus blanket. And I'm just like, "Why are you stealing my blankets?" Like, why? My mom sent me an UGG blanket. He hijacked it from me. Oh, that sounds like it would be super cozy. I don't wanna wear Uggs, but I would gladly have an UGG blanket. That sounds so comfy and cozy. I'm gonna have to look up an UGG. I need to look at these UGG blankets. Oh my god. Oh my god, that looks so it looks so cozy and warm. Oh my god, they're expensive. Oh my god, I want them. Oh, I don't know if I can justify paying over $90 for a blanket. How big are they? Are they big? Let's see. Size and fit. Feels true to size. Okay, no, details. 50 by 70 inches. So just under 5 feet. No. Did I do that math right? Oh my gosh. 50 divided by 12. Just over 4 feet by 70 inches would be just over 5 feet, right? 70 divided by 12. Yeah, 5.8. Oh my gosh. It's so thick and cozy and warm and nice and heavy. It looks so cozy. It fits the top of a queen but doesn't go over the sides. Okay. It's not long enough for my husband. Um, there is one blanket in this household that has been dubbed my husband's, and it's actually a blanket that I got when I was in high school, and I used it as instead of a quilt, I I was just complaining about my son using my blanket instead of his not quilt, but, like, instead of his comforter. Yet I did the same thing when I was younger. Um, it's like a I think it's a queen-sized blanket that's designed specifically for beds, and so, like, it hangs over all the sides of a queen-size bed. And it is the only blanket that fits my husband perfectly, that covers him head to toe. So it is his, and it's a nice zebra printed blanket that he uses, and it's hilarious. I love it. Oh, man. Yes, I know. But those are also pricey. Aren't those like $100? We got my brother-in-law a dupe of the Big Blanket Co. because he wanted a huge blanket. Yeah, 120 by 120 inches. Um, and my husband didn't want to spend $180 on a blanket for my brother-in-law, so we found a dupe that was, I think, $40 on Amazon. My brother-in-law loves it, so so pricey. Like, even a blanket for $40, I feel like, is breaking the bank. Oh, man. But seriously, these UGG blankets look so, so cozy. I might tell my mom that I want this for Christmas next year because I can't see myself buying it myself because I can't justify that price. But if she wants to get me it for Christmas next year, I'm not gonna stop her. I used to work at Pier 1, so I have a ton of throw blankets I bought with my discount. That's awesome, and that's totally what I would do, 1000%. If I worked at or even if I worked at, like, Kohl's. Kohl's has some decent, blankets. Totally use up my discount for blankets. And then I would come home with another blanket, and my husband would be like, what are you doing?" If it's not books, it's blankets, and if it's not books or blankets, it's candles. Case in point, candles. Um, with that being said, I'm super loopy, and I'm gonna go and finish this YouTube video before calling it a night. Um, Blankets, pillows, and candles, those were my downfall. I love it. Okay. Thank you for sprinting with me tonight, even though it was a big ol' fail on my part with writing a total of 95 words. I did go ahead and change my word count goal for the month from 30,000 to 20,000 because I'm being realistic. So tomorrow I need to write 1,092 words, and I hit the 20,000 word count for the month, and I am happy with that. So I am going to call it. I will see you guys on Sunday for the next live stream, but you can always find me in the Discord, which is linked down below. If you are not part of the Cozy Corner, you should be, because we're fun over there. Nikki, thanks for the stream. Thanks for joining me, and seriously sending you all the love for your grandma and the rest of your family. I'm sorry that you are going through a very difficult time right now. Sending you much love and prayers. Not a fail, you're still awesome. Aw, thanks. Y'all are the best. You have a good night. All right, I will see you guys later. Bye.